Hello and welcome to another Cliff Reviews Art House. This time I'm reviewing the film Death, directed by Eva Libertad. Now, I didn't know very much about this film. I had seen the trailer a couple of times, which does kind of give an indication of what it's about, but I have to say that I wasn't expecting it to have the profound effect on me that it did. I'm not going to give any major spoilers in this review, but I will say that it's a film that's probably best experienced without too much commentary in advance. If you can, see it before you hear or read any reviews. If you decide to wait to listen to this review, what I can say up front is that I highly recommend it. Death is entertaining and deeply moving, and it left me genuinely emotional at the end. It's one of those films that lingers, thought-provoking and quietly profound. We begin with Angela and Hector, a young couple who are very much in love. Angela is deaf, but the two communicate easily in sign language. Life feels idyllic. Then Angela becomes pregnant, and that simple joy sets in motion a kind of gradual disturbance to their happiness. The birth scene is extraordinary, intense, visceral, and for me, uncomfortably real. Having been in the birth room twice myself, I really felt the accuracy of its chaos. But there's an additional layer here that we're super aware of. Because of her deafness, Angela doesn't know what's going on around her. We realise viscerally how terrifying that must be when you can't hear the voices or instructions. From there, the film pulls us deeper into Angela's experience. We start to see how ableist the world is, how often she's excluded, almost automatically. Most of the time we remain in the hearing world, listening to sounds she can't hear, though we're reminded that she sometimes perceives rumbles, vibrations, or the beat of music. It's cleverly done. The sound design is masterful in placing us at that kind of uncomfortable boundary between what she can and can't access. I was struck by how much of the film is actually in sign language with subtitles, perhaps half of the film. It's not the first film to do this. I do remember a while back Children of a Lesser God, for example. It also reminded me in some ways of Notes on Blindness, the 2016 documentary about a person losing their eyesight. That film used sound design to place the audience inside the blind person's sensory world. Deaf achieves something similar with silence, muffled sound and sign language. It doesn't just show us Angela's experience, it gives us something of an experience of feeling it, I think. It is an interesting experience to have half the film without typical dialogue. It's interesting watching the sign language. It makes you realise how theatrical it is, how the facial expressions and gestures add so much meaning to the hand gestures. We see how difficult it is for Angela when she's in company that can hear, but there's an interesting contrast when Angela is among deaf friends. It's like she comes alive, she can fully belong, in contrast to the subtle isolation that she feels in hearing spaces. One scene is especially heartbreaking. She misses the moment when her baby speaks its first word. What should be a milestone for both mother and child becomes an exclusion that scars the memory, and it spoils it for the hearing father too. For most of the film, we feel nothing but compassion for Angela. But what's brilliant is that the story takes us to a more complex place. I began to feel that she was at times quite self-centered, not quite accepting that others can't fix her deafness for her. That shift in perspective is subtle but really powerful. And then, in the last 20 minutes or so, the film takes us fully into Angela's sensory world, into what she can hear. My jaw dropped at this. It was a profound experience, a really affecting cinematic moment. Angela is played by the deaf actress Miriam Garlow. She happens to be the sister of Eva Libertad, the director. It's an extraordinary acting performance. Also, the actor playing Hector is excellent. This was a very convincing relationship. We really felt the chemistry, and then we felt the fracture as it started occurring. Deaf is a film about exclusion and how people with disabilities can struggle to fit into an ableist world. But it's not just a film about exclusion or disability. It's a film about perspective, about empathy, and about how we communicate. It's tender, thought-provoking, and quietly devastating. The story is engaging. I really wanted to know what was going to happen to these characters. But more than that, the film subtly washes over you, taking you on a journey through the emotions on all sides of these complex issues. It's definitely going to be a strong contender to be in my top 10 for the year. I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.